Hey guys, Amy here. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to I found a couple focal points for this altered book page, and I thought I would introduce them to you. I'm not sure which ones I want to use yet. First one that I found was this guy. I liked him a lot, and I thought he would look cool. But I didn't know I want to cut around him and cut around the car, and then I was going to use this car as the focal point. And then I thought about this image for his hat. Otherwise, we've got, which I thought was kind of fun, otherwise we've got this guy here. This old farmer who's looking out on the field. I thought if I cut him out and had him actually looking over the pool and the lake, that might be kind of fun. So I'm going to play around with these two images. I'm going to get them all cut out, and then we'll lay them out on here and see what looks the best. As you can see, this looks a little bit different than where we ended off last week. I did take some sandpaper and I sanded this down a little bit. And then after I did that, I took my archival ink pad, just to black. You can use any kind, and I just kind of went over it like this. Just add a little bit more black texture, and I like that a lot. The other thing that I did was I took if I can find it, a Stabilo pencil, which gives it the smoky look around the edges. Again, if you watch Lori Marie Jenkins' channel, you'll know what I'm talking about. It took me a while to get used to the Stabilo. It took me a while to purchase one. I tried using like a watercolor pencil. Yeah, and nothing works like the Stabilo. She is so right. It just adds a special finish to the edges that you can't describe. So they look like they are just inked up with an ink pad, but actually it was a Stabilo pencil. So you just take and I don't have it handy or I'd show you. I will look for it when I come back, when I get these images cut out, and we'll play around with them and see which ones look the best. Okay, so I got the cute little old farmer guy. I got him all cut out with the X-Acto. Because this is a big book, I'm lucky that he's going to fit on most of the page. So I took the poor old farmer away from looking out at his lovely crops, and I am going to move him so he is looking out at a pool. Fancy pool instead. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this. I do know that I don't want right here on the side, there are some advertisements. So I want to get rid of those. So I'm going to go ahead and take my ruler and just kind of take that part off. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in my book and try to figure out how much of this landscape I want. One thing I will tell you guys is that this guy's pretty heavy duty because he was the cover of a book. This is a little bit more flimsy, so I probably will rip this or tear this or maybe use the scissors to cut some of it out. The X-Acto is pretty dull. So if you're doing this with images, I would make sure you have a very nice new blade so you can cut it nice. I didn't do such a great job, so I'll have to go around it and darken the edges a little bit. So like I said, I want him on here, somehow looking over his new swimming pool. Not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet. I think I'm also going to rip some of this white off. I want as much of the background to show as I possibly can, but I also want to get most of the farmer. So let's see here. So that's what I'm going to play around with. I'm going to probably rip some more of this off here. Let's just see how I can do this. I don't really want to lose the mountains, but I might. I'm going to save like this part for background color and this for background color. There's some cool bricks there too. So don't like how this is ripping with the tears, so I'm going to rip it. Might have to add I don't know what I'm doing. You guys see where I'm going with this, don't you? I just don't know where to place him. Maybe like that. He's even got his little rope. Yeah, that looks good, I think. So this will end up being in the crease of the book, which isn't a great thing, but it's not a horribly bad thing. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this image down right now. I've got my Mod Podge. I'm just going to go for it, you guys. I'm just going to go for it. Let's see here. I've got a new brush. What did I do with mini brush? Here it is. I went through a bag that I got from Hobby Lobby not too long ago, and this is a nice long brush, so I can dip it in there, and I'm just going to put a generous amount. Probably should have done it on the image and not on here because I do have some inks. Well, because I used acrylic inks, I'm sorry, it's safe to put the Mod Podge on here. If I were to use watercolors or a distressed ink versus a StazOn ink for the black portion, the distressing part of it, the background, it would be smearing right now. So. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. Gonna use my crease as the guide. Here we go. Now you can use like a squeegee or a credit card or something like that to smooth out the edges. I don't have that handy. Close to my kitchen area, so I grabbed a paper shelf scraper. This is probably now going to become a crafting tool. I've got a couple of these though. I want to do this without ripping it, but I really want to make sure that the edges get down good. Oops. Okay, I am going to take a little bit of Mod Podge and just go over this. Make sure I get the edges down good. I do have some wrinkles there, but I am not going to worry about it. It looks like waves in the water. How's that? I'm going to go ahead and darken around him, so I'm going to set this out of the way. And I think I'm just going to try, first of all, to take my StazOn and just kind of go around the edges. I don't know how well this is going to work. I saw where Lori Marie takes her Jane Davenport watercolor pens and uses them, and that's worked good, I think. I might go in with a little bit of Distress ink and my fingers, so I'm going to go grab that right now. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of this vintage photo and a watercolor pen. Stuff it away. And I'm going to try to just get a little bit of ink off of this and just go around the edges with this. Or I may just take my finger, just kind of blob it. I think I'll just put the ink right on my mat. And we'll just go right along the edges with this vintage photo ink. Now, this photo is kind of glossy, so it's not seeping in at all. That part's going to come off. But hopefully it'll get at least the edges a little bit so that they're not so white. His finger's really good. I'm sure his fingers are dirty from gardening all day. And I'm just taking this and just kind of going all over the place with it. Just to cover in those white edges. There. Let him dry a minute. And I'll Mod Podge him on the back. Try to look for a cool focal point for the other side while I'm at it as well. So, we will be back. Sorry, I guess I wasn't filming that. All I did was put Mod Podge all on the back of this guy. And now I'm going to lay him down. Find out where I want him to be angled. There. Perfect. Oh no, I ripped some of his hat. Darn it. So that's not good. Do not want to rub. Make sure he stays down good. I'll fix his hat. I'll go back over that with a little bit of ink, or I'll take care of that. There. So I am going to let that dry, and while it's drying, I'm going to kind of make sure that it stays down every now and then, just kind of check on it. So we will go from there. Maybe remove a little bit of this extra Mod Podge. I don't want to pull up any of the paper though. So, okay. I'm just going to leave it and maybe take my finger in there with some green Distress ink and kind of fix his hat a little bit. I'll be back. Okay, guys, I am back. I ended up putting some horses down here in the corner. So we got the old farm guy. Instead of looking out at his farm, he's looking out at the pool. And now I'm going to take that, and then I just broke off the edges with my fingers. This is that Stabilo pencil I was telling you about. It's called a Stabilo All. And you can get these on Amazon, like in a 12-pack. And so I'm just going to kind of go around and outline all around the edges. Just kind of smear it, just to kind of blend it into the background a little bit more. Another horse. The horsey out. Just kind of go all the way around him. And then you just kind of get your finger a little bit wet and you just smear it. Or you could take your water pencil and go along like that. So I'm going to do that and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm at the end here. And one thing I wanted to mention is that I find it, obviously, you got to have a pencil sharpener handy so that you can keep your pencil nice and sharp. You may have to sharpen it a couple times during one layout. So you can see I'm just kind of stabiling around him. And then I'm going to go back down here at the bottom. Just kind of got a little bit more. There. Okay, so that is my finished page. I'm pretty happy with it. I kind of wished before I laid the horses down over here in the corner that I would have put a little bit of color back behind them or something. So I feel like something is missing right here. So I might add something to it. If I do, I will definitely let you know. But for now, my first altered page is complete. Yay! Now, real quick, I wanted to show you another thing that I had done. Another background that I had started last week. And that is just on the next page over. And this is the background using the acrylic paints and the alcohol inks. So, what I thought I would do, because I think what I'm going to do is make this a pocket page and make this a pocket page. I'm not sure because I did glue 4 pieces together, so I haven't 100% decided yet. But if I do, I'm going to need to decorate this page and this page the same as these, and then I'll show you how I did it. So basically what I did was just use acrylic paints and rubbing alcohol, and it took a long time because each there's three different coats of paint. Each coat had to dry. And so before I did that, I put on some extra book pages just for the background, and yeah, this is how it turned out. So I'm pretty excited about this one. So hopefully next time I can show you this technique, because like I said, I'm thinking about making this a pocket page to put some tags in and so forth. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, there we go. I hope you guys like it. I had a lot of fun. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better, but I still have a hard time with focal points. But hopefully throughout time, the more I do it, the better I'll get at it. So thanks so much for watching. Okay guys, I'm back. So because this area down here is so dark by these horses, I'm going to take my white Jelly Roll pen and just kind of highlight a little bit. Because when I added the Stabilo, a lot of the color, I just feel like it really darkened this even more, so you couldn't even see like their legs or anything. That's not working very well. Maybe what I'll do is just kind of draw some dots around the horses, just to bring them out a little bit. Okay, I think he stands out a little bit more now that I have added some dots around him. He's a cute little guy. It'd be really fun if I could find a fish that could be jumping out of the pool. Like I said, you know, I'm so new to this. The horses look kind of cool all dotted up. But like I said, I am so new to this, so I've got a lot to learn. Thanks again for watching, you guys. Hit that like button and subscribe, please. Bye.